everyone, it's Antonia Marquis, and on Instagram I said that I would be doing another Q&A, so y'all sent me some more questions and I'm excited to see what you had to ask me. Ever gonna dye your hair blue? I love blue. My boyfriend's favorite color is teal, which is an awesome shade of blue. So on our first date that I took him on, I actually dyed my natural hair teal. Here's a picture. I had to make a good impression. So yes, I would love to dye my hair blue because I already have. When did you find your true passion for music? This is a question that I've been asked multiple times, and if y'all have been following me for a while, you know that in 2008, I discovered Jason Mraz and he inspired me to sing. So I'm gonna try to figure out how I can answer this question a little differently. I started joining music things in school in 3rd grade, and the first instrument I ever learned was the flute. And after the flute, I learned clarinet and violin, and eventually I got into chorus. And I think at that time, it was just something that was encouraged in school. They talked about it at a ceremony and they were like, here are some instruments, and if you wanna join the band, sign up here. So I think that's what brought me into it. But even before then, my mom always played music growing up. I loved singing along to The Wizard of Oz and any kind of music and TV shows as a kid. And as far as musical instruments go, they just come so natural to me. Like, I can play things by ear. I pick them up really easily. I know how to play multiple instruments. So since it's so natural for me, I enjoy it. And it's one of my passions. If you could meet one celebrity, who would it be and why? So I always say, as you know, Jason Mraz, because he is my biggest inspiration. I have already met him, but I'd love to meet him a million more times because we need to be best friends. So if y'all could tweet Jason Mraz for me, I would appreciate it. But other than him, I mean, I love meeting everybody, anyone kind. At the end of the day, celebrities are all people too, but I celebrate people. So it's not just me praising them for being a celebrity, it's me praising these people for being kind, for people like Ellen DeGeneres, Shawn Mendes. Somebody I'd really like to meet is Jason Momoa because he is freaking awesome, adventurous, kind, energetic, just nice guy. And it seems like he'd be so much fun to hang out with. His energy is just so positive and fun, and I'd love to be around that. What is your favorite show? My favorite show, I have a lot of favorite shows, especially because my boyfriend introduces me to a lot of new shows. My favorite show for a while has been Shark Tank because I love thinking in a business mindset. I've always worked online and I always try to come up with new ideas and want to eventually come out with certain things in the future. So watching that show really inspires me to think harder and work harder. So I love Shark Tank. But my boyfriend and I love watching Impractical Jokers. We love watching true crime series, documentaries, any kind of like show that a magician has done, like on Netflix. I love cooking shows, and a show that he has introduced me to is called 11/22/63, and it's with James Franco, and it's awesome. I love it so much. It's about John F. Kennedy, but it's with a twist. It's so interesting, and it's not that long. I think it's only 8 episodes. James Franco goes back in time and tries to save John F. Kennedy, and it's freaking amazing. I love it so much because I've always been interested in that part of history, and that incident that happened with John F. Kennedy really intrigued me. So the fact that they made a show with a twist about it is just awesome, so I recommend it, and those are my favorite shows. What's your New Year's resolution? I don't really have a New Year's resolution, and I never have. I always feel inspired with the new year because last year was a roller coaster. The beginning of it was the worst time of my life, and towards the middle and end, it's been the best time of my entire life. because I found the love of my life. So it was a roller coaster, and to me 2019 is like a fresh start because all this year will be is good. I'm not in the same year as all that bad stuff. So I always feel like it's just a little refresher. It's not really a resolution, but it's just what I always try to do, and that's do more, love more, spread more love, try harder, work harder, grow in my relationship, grow in my career, and just grow as a person. Would you ever go to Texas? I actually lived in Texas for a little over a year, and it was a city by Austin, Texas. So I got to go downtown a lot, and it's great. I didn't get to go to Houston or Dallas yet, so I definitely would love to visit those parts of Texas because I've only been in Austin. How far do you think you're going to take your music career? I'd love to take it as far as it takes me. All I can do is be myself. I don't want to ever put out something that is not me, or that I don't believe in, or that I don't support. So even if that means a label comes to me and they want to sign me, if they want to change me in a way that is not true to me or disrespectful or just not real music, whatever the case may be, I'm not going to go with that. But I'd love to have a bigger platform, because having a bigger platform would just mean I'd have more people to spread the message of love and kindness to, and that's always a great thing. But I'd love to get to that level, of course. I've always thought how amazing it must feel to be on a stage and the audience is singing your lyrics that you wrote because they love your song. So if I can get to that level, I definitely want to do that. Now I have my partner in crime with me because we're a musical duo. So I definitely want to get to that level with him so we can travel the world and tour and sing together. Would you come to the UK? Yes, I definitely would. I definitely will. It's on my bucket list. I love the UK. I love everything about it. I love architecture. I love your accents. I love it all. So it's definitely on the list. I will be going in the future. Yes. What inspired you to dye your hair red? Red is just my favorite color. It's always been such a passionate and bold color, and a color of love. That's what I was just drawn to, and I've been wearing red hair since I was like 15. So it's just a part of who I am. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Oh, that's always a big question. Well, my biggest dream is to be married, to have a family, to have a home, to be happy and to travel, to be serene and stable, and to have spread my message further in whatever way that may be. So advancing in my career some way that would allow me to do something like that. I see myself in a great place in 10 years. Who is someone that you've always looked up to and why? By the way, I love you, Antonia. I love you too. Thank you very much for your love. I've always looked up to my mom for life lessons that she hasn't said. She's just done. She's just been. She's just showed with her actions. And that, I think, is something I admired the most, because instead of telling me to be strong, she just was strong. And instead of telling me to be kind, which she also did, she just was kind. The way that my mother is a beautiful thing. She's the strongest woman I know, the hardest worker, the sweetest, the most loving, the most thoughtful. I've always looked up to her for those reasons. And I love you, Mama. When did you write your first song? I wrote my first song, I think, in 2008 when I first got into singing. And it actually was pretty good. I remember it. I'm not gonna sing it right now because I still might come out with it one day. But it was actually good, and it sounded like something that could be on High School Musical, so I'm pretty proud of it. Did you take creative writing and poetry in school? I did not have poetry class, but I did take creative writing, and it actually wasn't by choice, but I didn't mind it. But in 8th grade, all of the students that had the highest grades were put into a special class because we were all on distinguished honor roll. And in that class, it was called playwrights. So we got to write our own plays, and every day we just work on writing a full play of our own. And actors acted out our plays, and we got to travel to the acting school to see these actors act it out. But it was great. So that definitely helped me with writing because we had to practice different techniques of writing in that class to tell a story, to be able to tell a story. And yeah, I've always loved words and writing and grammar and punctuation, things like that. I enjoyed that class, and that's what led me to become a songwriter and a singer. What has been your favorite memory of your career? I have a lot of favorite memories. Oh my gosh. The first time I ever performed was such an amazing feeling, being on a stage and just not caring what anybody thought and singing my favorite song. That was great. Writing my first song because one of my best friends, Clive Aiden, encouraged me to finish it because I had only half of it, and he told me, okay, by Monday, you finish this song. And that was the first full song that I wrote, and it's called Clark Kent. It's still on my channel if you want to go watch it. That was great. And when I did my music video, Calm Down, at that time, I wasn't doing anything for myself, and I hadn't for years. And I produced the beat, I wrote the song, I sang it, I got it mixed, I got a makeup artist, I got an outfit, I got a videographer and photographer, and I paid for everything, and I got it done. I made time and I got it done, and that felt great to have something of my own. And just that experience in general. Ezra Thorne is amazing. He's the first videographer I've ever worked with, and he just made it so comfortable. He made me feel beautiful and comfortable and important and special, and that just meant a lot to me. And he's very passionate about what he does. So that experience just helped my confidence a lot, especially at that time because I was at a really low point in my life. So he helped me more than he knew he did. And then recently, I'd say, working on music with my boyfriend, Tyler Scott. I'm so used to doing everything alone. Everything, just by myself, on my bed. Anything that has to do with music, I'm just doing it, and I'm just in my own space. Being with Tyler really is helping me to open up to working with others more and be comfortable with that, because he's very driven, so he likes to practice all the time. So in turn, I'm with him and we're both practicing almost every single day. He inspired me to just sing live covers on YouTube because I was pre-recording them and then lip-syncing along to them on YouTube. And he inspired me to stand up and just sing it live. And he told me I could do it, and I didn't think I could because even right now I'm having trouble breathing. If y'all haven't seen my weight loss video, you'll understand why. Sometimes I feel weak when I'm standing. I just feel like my lungs aren't as strong as they used to be. So to stand up and sing just seemed hard for me, and it was hard in the past, especially because I wasn't believing in myself. So that did not help or push me to try to even do it. But he did. He said, you can do this. Let's stand up. Let's sing. And the first time I had done that, one of the first times, I think I have done it in the past, but very few. But the first time I really did it was when we covered Whatever It Takes on my channel, which is still up, so you can go watch that. But I was standing up and I sang, and it felt great. So he just inspires me every day for different things in my music career. He always inspires me to be better in every aspect as possible, which is beautiful, because the way he inspires me is not in a way that, hey, you're not good enough. It's, I love you and I support you and I believe in you and I know you can be better at what you do, at who you are, which is beautiful and is something that we all need in our lives. Just this constant memories that we create, not only in our music careers, but in our relationship that I appreciate so much, and it's gonna keep happening for the rest of our lives. So, but yeah, I love y'all so much. I appreciate you being interested in my life, and you staying and supporting me and listening. And if you watched this all the way through, comment down below the word tomato, because I've claimed that as my spirit fruit. But like I said, I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.